Steph. I'm super sad that I couldn't be there tonight to surprise you, but we're really all going to miss you and thank you for everything that you've done. You really have been genuinely invested and cared about our lives on and off the court and just want to make sure we're successful, and we all really thank you for everything that you've done for us. And my favorite memory is probably when you let Chase fake propose to me as part of Hawk's prank, because I knew that you're going to be quite the jokester, and I could tell from then on that you're just going to be a funny person, and we're really going to enjoy having you around, and we're really going to miss you.
Steph moment round 2. Okay, I just thought of this. My favorite Steph moment ever was when we were on our way to Galena, and we were all in Steph's big car, and we took like 10 detours, and we went like in downtown Galena, and we got so lost, and I thought we were going to die, and Steph was just going crazy, and honestly, I've never laughed so hard in my life. Steph was like screaming, and I forget what she was saying, but I just remember it was so funny, and we were like an hour.
My favorite memory of Steph is my very first game last year. I was playing really, really bad. Then she came and she set me aside and she told me that I deserved to play and deserved to be on this team. And she kind of calmed me down and gave me some tips so that I could play better.
My favorite Steph moment was when she bought us all Lululemon headbands. Fast shipping.
My favorite Steph memory was when she wore the pink boa for Volley for the Cure, because it really showed like her spirit and like the want that she had for the team to win.
Okay, so my favorite Steph moment had to be last year when we were going to team bonding. We were in your car and we got really lost. We went to like the west side of Rockford, which is so bad, and like we should not have been there. And you were cool, calm, and collected and just took us to McDonald's, got your Coke in a styrofoam cup, and we got back on the road like it was no big deal. But it was just so funny that the whole way back to wherever the heck we were, Galena, you were yelling at all the other cars because it was their fault that we got lost. And it was just a really fun bonding time, and I'll never forget it. And
So as we all know, Steph used to be addicted to Diet Coke, specifically Diet Coke from McDonald's, specifically Diet Coke from McDonald's in a styrofoam cup. And if Steph did not get her styrofoam cup with Diet Coke in it from McDonald's before practice, she was not going to be very happy at that practice. And so one time, I remember after school, we had just won a game the night previous to that, and so we thought that everyone would be in a pretty good mood, it wouldn't be too bad of a practice, we'd be in and out on time, and it'd be great. But Steph was not very happy with how we were playing, even though it was relatively decent, so we had to run quite a few times that practice. And then, so we were all kind of confused, and then after practice, Steph brings us all in, and she's like, you know what, guys, I'm really sorry. You weren't even playing that bad, but I did not get my Diet Coke today from McDonald's, so I was in a pretty crappy mood.
Okay, I'm actually stuck between two favorite Steph moments. First one is I wasn't there for, but it still is up there with the best. Last year during camp, whenever you helped play the big trick on Anna to like make her cry in front of the entire program. I'm a horrible sister for saying this, but that is probably the best thing that you could have ever done. Second of all, my second favorite Steph moment for you personally is last year whenever I came during camp and you literally like knew I wanted to break up with him for a super long time. You found out I was studying him, you were like, what is wrong with you? Like, you were just so straightforward, sat me down, gave me this huge life talk, super inspirational, and like to this day I still will like think back or like even bring it up in conversation, be like, oh my gosh, like Steph is so awesome, like he literally like broke up with him for me, like nobody messes with Steph. And it's funny because we like went from not even being like close to friendly at all, like obviously we had our rough patches, but now like I am the biggest Steph supporter ever in the world. Like it's just funny how like things can change, and just like you are just such an awesome person, and I feel like every moment that I got to spend with you my senior year and even my junior year, just because you taught me a lot about myself and a lot about myself as a person, definitely all part of my favorite Steph moments. But we're gonna miss you. Thanks for being you, and good luck when you move.
My favorite Steph moment was when I was injured at the Wisconsin camp, and I didn't really know Steph very well by then, but she like gave me like her food and kind of like took me under her wing, and that was like really like nice, and it was kind of like I had like a little like mother me at Wisconsin, so that was really nice.
Remember those days when I was having a bad day and I just needed your support? You were always there for me, to comfort me, and tell me everything is gonna be okay.
Steph, you'll be greatly missed within the whole program. I just want to say thank you for stepping in my senior year when Hawk was pregnant. They were big shoes to fill, but nobody else could have done it as well as you did. You were always so generous. I remember when Claire and I would come late at night right before homecoming and use your tanning bed. You were always there for all of us, and I just want to say thank you for everything you've done. You're such a great role model, and I hope you come back and visit and stay in touch.
When I first met Steph, I was pretty intimidated by her. She's doesn't say a whole lot, but when she says something, she means it. And it was my first years of coaching, actually, maybe it was my first year. And I got to go on the Wisconsin Dells trip, and I was very worried about it because I didn't really know anybody that well, and got to know Steph really very well that weekend, and realized that she's just the kindest person. And then I've been lucky enough to have her coach both Nick and Zach as well, and both of them will rave about Steph and what a great coach she is and how much they learn from her. And she just takes the time to really relate to people and want to help them and make them better. And you are going to be very sorely missed.
Steph has definitely impacted me in more than one way. As a volleyball player, she has made me confident and determined. I don't think I would have the mindset I do today without her. She's taught me that I can achieve any goal I want as long as I put in the work and the effort, and I accept nothing but the best. And I don't think I would be where I am today without her. I feel like a while ago I might have lost hope, but she's always been there for me, and I'm really thankful for that. And as a person, she's really taught me how to be like loving and caring and understanding of other people, because we relate. We have quite the same personality, and she's just taught me how to understand people, and they may test my patience, but she's really taught me like you need to see the best in situations. And I'm really like thankful that I had her as a coach, and I got to learn those skills from her.
Stephanie, whatever your name is, you've taught me several things in life, but the most important, how to be a good mother and care for others.
Steph has impacted me by teaching me to stay behind the ball when I'm hitting.
One way Steph has impacted me is that she always encourages me to work hard and do my best and be a better person. Steph has impacted me as a person because last year, whenever I would get flustered or mad at myself, she always knew what to say to calm me down, and she always really wanted me to improve and make me better.
Steph has made me a better player because she's always there to encourage me to hustle more and to put my best effort out on the line. And she's always giving me positive feedback and always giving me corrections when I need them, and she's already just like a really positive person to have on the bench, and so up to you.
One way Steph has impacted me is giving me positive criticism to make me a better athlete and player, and she's always been there for our team and given us great support.
Steph has impacted me to give my all 100% of the time. Like, she really inspires me to go after everything, to be a better player, to get down the technique, and to just play with your teammates and just make a great effort to be with your team all the time and play as one and to win. So, yeah.
The way she's affected me is influenced me to be a better athlete and player.
Okay. Steph was really intimidating when I first met her too, like 3 years ago or something. But since then, she is the most welcoming person. She will always make sure everybody feels valued and important, and I appreciate that so much. And she's always coming in with a positive attitude and coming to work hard and still be a little intimidating when she needs to be, which is very good. I think my favorite memory overall is just, I don't know, I can't pick just one. Just all the times that you walk into the gym and she turns around and sees you, which is, she does this for everybody, and she'll hey, so-and-so, and come over and hug, and I will just really, really, really miss her smiling face every day when I would come in to see if we needed to take the nets down, and she's just all chipper and happy. But like I said, then she will be a bulldog on the court to anybody, which is always very good. So yeah,
Okay, my favorite Steph moment is when freshman year I didn't even really know Steph, and we were doing conditioning during camp or something, and we were doing a cone drill and I couldn't really do it that well, and Steph looked across the gym and yelled, "She looks like Bambi," and that is how I got the name Bambi, and it's kind of stuck for a long time. So I think that's my favorite Steph moment.
One thing that Stephanie has impacted me is that she always finds something positive, and I think that's really important, especially when working with young kids. So I think that's been very helpful and beneficial to me as a person and as a coach. The other favorite thing that I like about her too is that her technical breakdown. She breaks down things awesome, like to dirt, and then build it back up. And so it's really cool about her. And so I'd have to say those two things really help me out a lot as a coach and as a person.
Serious level. Steph, to me, was always someone who was so much more than just a coach. She is hands down one of the greatest advice givers I've ever known, the most confident woman I've ever known, and she always inspired me to be like the best version of myself and to make choices that always reflected like how I wanted to be presented and what was best for me. And she always was able to sit me down and kind of tell me straight up like a mother would, but it was different than that because I respected her opinion so much just because I've seen the person she is and how she influences her life and her family and their relationships, and it's like, why would you not want that? Why would you not want to be like Steph? I think she's the most disciplined person I've ever met, and regardless of her faith or how she does raise her family, it's just she's all around an amazing person, and she's someone that North Star Volleyball will really, really greatly miss. And I don't know if the coaching staff or the program could ever be the same or replace someone with that type of character and heart. I love you, Steph. St. Charles is, God, Katie Fierce has some big old shoes to fill. I know we'll stay close. I'll know we'll keep in touch because you're really good at things like that. But I love you dearly. I'm really sad to see you go to New York. Thanks for all you did for me, and especially senior year when I was kind of struggling with some anxiety and stuff. Kind of where Hawk was always the one that was like, volleyball, get it together, blah, blah. And you were always like, hey, how's your life going? Anything you need to talk about? And I'll always thank you for those moments.
So I'll never forget the day that Chase, trying to suck up to his teacher, came up to me and said that his mom played volleyball at U of I. And of course I told him I have to meet her, I want to talk to her. And so I was really excited when she emailed me and asked me if she could help out with the volleyball program. And when I saw what a great coach she was and how awesome she was at breaking down the game and how knowledgeable she was, I obviously was super impressed with her and felt really grateful to have her coaching with me. I've learned a lot from her over the past 4 years, and I couldn't imagine working with anybody else. She's obviously the best, but it's more than just that. I am going to be missing a really good friend, a sister, a mentor, is someone that I lean on basically every day, and it's going to be really hard to say goodbye, but I'm really happy for her and really excited to see what happens in the future, and I know that she's left behind a huge legacy for this program, and she's made me a better coach, and I just couldn't thank her enough for what she's done for my family and I, and for the St. Charles North Volleyball program.
Steph, I really hope you enjoyed our little video and that you see how much you really will be missed. Each and every one of us has a special place in our heart for you, and we can't wait for you to come back and visit us, and we hope to report back with some good news on our season. Thank you for all you've done, and I really hope you know the legacy you've left.